Okay, my dears, we are going to begin with our grammar explanation of this week. And today we are going to be talking about future tenses. So let me ask you something. If you use future tenses, when do we have to use future tenses to talk about what? Things I did this morning, things I am doing right now, things I like, things I don't like, or
Things
when?
you plan to do sometime that haven't already happened.
That's it. So we of course use future tenses to talk about, like for example, plans that we have for the future, things that haven't happened yet. Yeah. In that case is when we are going to use future tenses. We have been said, guys, that there are some two future tenses we use. The common ones, like the common future tenses, are two. Which are those two ways to talk about futures? Who can tell me? Two ways.
Will and
Tell me, Vale.
going to.
That's it. Will and going to. So we have said, like, okay, we are going to talk about the future. Just will, just going to. But today I am going to talk to you about the future tenses we have in English in general, okay? Not everything, but I am going to give you more than just will and going to. So I am going to ask you to pay attention, of course. Let me know if you have questions. Don't forget to take notes. Notes are important, yeah? So let's begin. Future tenses, guys. We are going to begin with future simple. If I say future simple, what do you imagine? When do I use future simple? What is that?
While,
While es mientras. So maybe will? Say with me. Will. Okay, guys, yeah. Future simple is this one. Will. Plus infinitive, because you know that will is going to be the word we are going to use to express we are talking about an action in future, and infinitive is just the verb, okay? So, yes, I am recording the class, dear, don't worry. So, look at this. We are going to use future simple, guys, to talk about things you are going to have in the future without need of saying specifically when those things are going to happen. It is not necessary. So, let's check this. We have different uses for will, for the future simple. The first one is that we are going to use it when we talk about spontaneous decisions. What is an spontaneous decision? What is that? How would you describe that?
When you don't make really a plan on or plan to do that thing, that it randomly happen or you randomly want to do that.
Exactly. This is when you don't have a plan. You haven't been planning this for a lot of time. This is just something that you decide from one moment to another. Yeah? So that's a spontaneous decision. First use of future simple. Let's check an example. Let's imagine that I am asking I don't know, to Vale. So, Vale, can you please help me with my homework? Or, Vale, will you help me with my homework? This is something she is not planning. This is something maybe she is not thinking to do. But when I ask her this question, she may say like, okay, I'll help you, or okay, I will help you. Okay? Look at this. This is the contracted form. Don't forget that we have contracted forms, like the short way of something. In the case of will, you just have apostrophe double L. So spontaneous decisions. For example, who can complete this one? What are you eating for lunch? Who can complete that one by using will? Let's ask someone like specifically. For example, Majo, do you know What's your lunch today?
Could you repeat, please?
Yes, do you know what's your lunch today? What are you going to have for lunch today? Do you know the menu or not?
I will eat French fries.
Okay, let it that way. So I will eat French fries. So maybe she is deciding that right now. Maybe she doesn't know. Maybe that's something she wants to do. Or you can say, I am hungry. I will eat a fruit. So something that you decide in the moment, something like spontaneous. Okay? I want a candy. I will eat a gummy bear. Like, can you see? A spontaneous decision, something that you are deciding in that moment. So, questions about the first use of future simple? Don't forget, future simple will. No? Okay, let's continue with the next use. We can also use future simple to talk about predictions. Just predictions in general, okay? Just predictions, things you think that may happen, okay? So let's check this example. Uh, Let me check. Samuel, can you please help me reading that example?
Uh, the thing that say in prediction. Okay. In the year 2015, all students will have their own computers in school.
So this is a prediction. This is like an imaginary we have, you know? In the year 2050, all students will have their own computers in a school. This may happen or maybe not. It may happen. It may happen that in the year 2050, all the schools have like their own technological resources, but maybe not. So that's the reason it is a prediction. Who can give me another example? Think about something else and give me another example. Give me a prediction by using will. Who can do it? Go ahead. Who wants to try? Okay, Juli, attack.
In the year, okay, no, how do you say 2012?
2012.
2012 will humans die?
Okay, so that's in the past, but let's imagine that we are in a different year. So, in the year 2012, all the humans will die. Okay, that's a prediction. We have no idea if that's going to happen or not. So, let's imagine, for example, when a person goes to the fortune teller. What is the meaning of a fortune teller? What is that? What is the fortune teller?
Como cuando dicen adivino.
Yeah,
Sí,
that's
adivino.
it. That's it. When you go somewhere and you put your hand or something like that to read your future, yeah? So in that case, you will use this kind of predictions. Why? Because you have no idea if that is happening. So you may go there and the fortune teller may say like, okay, you will have a big house, you will have 3 dogs, you will live in a different country, you will have a lot of money, and you will die at the age of 25. I don't know. Okay? So that's when we use future simple for predictions. Just things you imagine may happen, but you don't have like evidence about it. No evidence to say that is true or to make that prediction. So those are predictions without evidence. Predicciones sin evidencias. Okay? So questions about the use number 2 of future simple? No? We have another use for future simple. Is this one? An assumption. What is an assumption? What is that? Who can tell me what is the meaning of that word? Assumption. Or what do you imagine? Let's take a look to the things you have like in the brackets. Think, maybe, perhaps, probably, assumptions. So you can say this. My assumption for this year is that we will have virtual classes for the rest of the year. So what is an assumption? Supo.
I'm not sure. It may be like a prediction, but with more evidence. When you base it on what you see, think something, or expect something to happen.
Yeah, like como suposiciones. Like you are going to say this, you are not sure if this may happen, it is a possibility, but you have a bit more of evidence. This is not a prediction, this is an assumption. Like yo creo que mi suposición es esta. So we are going to check an example. Look at this. I think I will call her on Sunday. So this is not a prediction because you are not talking about things you have no evidence about. You are talking about something that is actually a possibility. Yeah, if you say you will die at the age of 25, that's like something that may happen, of course, but you don't have evidence, you are not sick or something like that. If you say, I think I will call her on Sunday, that means that you have talked before with that person, that means that you need that person, that means that you have something to do with that person. Can you see? So, suposiciones, possibilities. So, the key word in the case of will is possibilities. Don't forget, possibilities. Questions about the third use? I am going to show you an image. I am going to send this to your email, okay? Don't worry. So look at this, future simple with will. There are some...
Profe, qué pena.
Tell me.
¿Será que puedes volver un poquito? Es que se me olvidó copiar.
Oh, don't worry. Just, I am going to go back. Don't worry. Just let me explain this. Don't worry. So, in the case of future simple, you can also use it to talk about a far future, okay? Some things that you want to happen, like possibilities. As I told you, possibilities. I will live in a big house, like far future. You are no, you are going to do it, but far. It's really far, and there's nothing you can do. As I told you, personal opinions about the future, like predictions, or suppositions or assumptions. Okay, predictions without firm evidence, the one that we talk about. Spontaneous decisions or offers while speaking. So I will eat a hamburger. So something that you decide in the moment. Future facts in general, requests, wishes, promises. So, for example, will you help me? Will you go with me? You are asking that person to go with you. But the important thing I want you to see here in this image are the signal words. Eso es lo que quiero que vean acá. There are some signal words, like some keywords, algunas palabritas que les van a ayudar a identificar el uso del will. Look at this. Probably, maybe, perhaps, likely, one day, in the future, in 2015, like specific years. I think, I believe, I expect, in my opinion, I'm sure, I'm afraid, I hope, wish, I promise, okay? So some signal words that you can use while using future simple, that means will. So you can say, in my opinion, I will go to Canada next year. I don't know, something like that. But just to give your opinion, just to talk about things that are really far, just to make predictions. But in general, the keyword for future simple is possibilities. Okay? Let's go back to the previous part and I am going to give you some seconds to take notes. Okay. And there is another use, guys. Let me move this a bit. Future simple, the last use for future simple, like the common one, is for promises. When you promise something to someone. So look at this. I will love you forever. That's a promise you are doing to someone. So when you are making promises, you just have to use will. So I will call you as soon as I arrive home. So you are making the promise to that person that you are going to call him or call her. So I promise I will do it. Okay? I promise I will buy the car of your dreams. So you are making a promise. Okay? I will clean the house, mom. You are making a promise. So when you make promises, you have to use future simple. That means will. Okay, questions up to this point, babies? No questions? Yes, questions? Okay, I guess no questions. So, some extra seconds to take notes, and then we are going to continue. I'm just going to move this a bit for you to see it better. Okay, let's continue then. Future simple, first future. There is another future we can use, and this is also super famous. Be going to, okay? When you
Profe,
have, tell me,
discúlpame, no vamos a tener
English,
tiempo
English,
para
you can do it.
lo de, ¿cómo se le dice? Para descansar, pues.
The
Pausa
active
activa.
pause, I just gave you the active pause. I mean, before the explanation, I gave you like 5 minutes. Yeah, I gave it to you. So, I will try to finish fast in order to give you some extra time if possible. But yes, I gave you a time of active pause before beginning with the explanation. So let me do it super fast. Don't worry. So this one, be going to. So babies, this is another one that is super famous. Be going to. So let's check this one. This is verb to be plus going to plus the verb. So I am going to. She is going to. We are going to. In this case, babies, it's super important the use of going to. Okay, don't forget about it. Going to is super important. But you can't use going to without verb to be. No me pueden poner ese going to con el verbo, sin el verbo to be. ¿Listo? Remember, this is an ing form, so you have to use to be. So let's check the uses. Use number one. You are going to use be going to talk about plans, ambitions, intentions. So, on the opposite of the future simple, in this case, you are going to use it to talk about something you have been planning. Aquí sí lo usas para algo que has estado planeando, que has estado programando, que has estado pensando, ¿ok? So let's check the first example. Carlos, can you please help me reading this example? Oh my god, give me a second, because I don't know what happened. Okay, Carlos, can you please help me reading this example?
Yes, teacher. She is going to be an actress when she loves school.
When she leaves school, okay. So she is going to be an actress. Possibly she has been taking classes of acting, and possibly she has already like this school where she is going to go to continue her studies. And it is possible too that she is working now in a TV program, something like that. Can you see? So it is something she has been planning. It is something she has been thinking about. Okay, so she is going to be an actress when she leaves the school. Be going to talk about plants. Let's continue with the next example. Jorge, can you please help me reading the next example?
Okay. In the new year, I am going to think.
Eating.
Eating.
In New Year, I'm going to stop eating so much.
Junk. Okay. What is the meaning of junk, guys? What is this word? It's a synonym of what? You can give me a synonym.
No, comida grasosa,
Yeah,
como
something.
comida rápida.
Yeah, something like fast food. So junk. So look at this. This is another example. This is a plan this person has. This person has been thinking about it. So in the new year, I am going to stop eating so much junk. I am going to do it no matter what. So plans. Let's check the other use. You can also use be going to talk about plan actions in the future. So once again, going to, your keyword is plan. Something that is planned, something that is programmed. What is the keyword for will? ¿Cuál fue la palabra clave que les di para will? What's the keyword? Possi?
Abilities.
Possibilities. And be going to, keyword, plans. Okay? So look at this. Plan actions in the future. So let's check the example. Fabian, can you please help me reading this example, baby?
What example?
The one that I have on the screen. This one.
Are you going to fly to Dublin next summer?
Thank you. In this case, we are using a question. So, are you going to fly to Dublin next summer? Why am I using going to in the question and not will? Why am I saying are you going to instead of saying will you fly? Because I am talking about plans, okay? Are you going to fly to Dublin next summer? How will you answer this question, Fabi? ¿Cómo responderías esa pregunta? So, in your case, Fabian, are you going to fly to Dublin next summer?
No, I don't know what is that.
Dublin is like a place. So, how can you answer? No, I am not going to fly to Dublin next summer. I am not going to. So, can you see to make the negative, you just have to use it like in the normal way with verb to be. I am not. She is not. Okay? Jorge, did you have questions? Okay. So, are you going to fly to Dublin next summer? No, I am not going to fly to Dublin next summer. Or you can say, yes, I am going to fly to Dublin next summer. I can say, guys, are you going to stay home tomorrow? So, for example, Juan Camilo, are you going to stay home tomorrow?
Yes, I'm going to stay home tomorrow.
Perfect, that's a plan. You know that this is going to happen. Not only because we have to, but because you have a lot of things to do, and that means that you have to be at home. You are going to be there. That's a plan. Okay? So, plan actions. And also, we can use be going to talk about predictions, like the previous one, but here's the difference. You are going to use it to talk about predictions with evidence. En este caso, sí vas a tener una evidencia. So, for example, you can say this. Julian, can you please help me reading this example, baby?
Okay, look at the clouds. I think it's going to rain.
Perfect. So here you have an evidence. You are saying that it is going to rain because you are looking at the clouds and the clouds are super gray. Yeah, so we can figure out when it is going to rain or something like that. So look at the clouds. I think it's going to rain. Or we can say, look at your grades. Mira tus notas. I think you are going to fail English class. I don't know. Evidence. But this is not true in this case. So this is just an example. So you have predictions based on evidence. Es diferente al otro, al will, porque en el will tú solo hacías predicciones y ya. No importaba si tenías evidencia. En este sí es necesario tener evidencia para poder hacer la predicción. ¿Ok? So, if you run really fast, you are going to fall down. Can you see? So, predictions. things that may happen based on your experience and the evidence that you have. So, questions about the uses of be going to, babies? Yes or no? Oh my god, give me a second. Questions about it? Okay. So I am going to show you once again the image that I am going to send to your emails, and then I am going to give you some moments to take notes. So look at this. Be going to, as I told you, general plans, intentions, predictions based on evidence. But let's take a look to the signal words. In this case, you are going to have some signal words, some keywords that are going to help you. Like these ones. Look at, watch out, my intention, my plan is, actions such as getting out the umbrella, like actions in general. Cuando tienes una acción, that means that is going to be used with going to. So it is raining. I will take out my umbrella. Or you can say, it is going to rain. For that reason, I am going to take my umbrella with me. That is a plan. It is not raining yet, but you are getting ready for that. So actions, okay? So keywords. I am going to send this image. Don't forget that. So let's go back here, and I am going to give you some seconds to take notes. Okay, my dears, let's continue. Be going to. So by now we have two ways to use future. Future simple, will, or be going to. We have another way to use future, and it is the present continuous. So guys, don't get confused here. You may say like teacher, but present continuous is to talk about actions that are happening right now. Don't forget that present continuous can be used to talk about future in these conditions. Look at this. Present continuous, verb to be plus verb with ing. So I am going to, like that one, or I am visiting, I am running, I am playing, I am sleeping, she is eating. Recuerden, verbo to be siempre va con algo que tenga ing porque se aman. So don't forget that. When are you going to use present continuous to talk about future in these occasions? The first one, when you have a planned action, but that plan is going to happen in the near future. That plan is happening in the near future. What is the meaning of near future?
Futuro cercano, ¿verdad?
Futuro cercano. Perfect. Something that is super close to you. Something that is like tonight, maximum tomorrow, like super close, near future. Okay? So, for example, you can say, I am visiting my father tonight. Estás diciendo, voy a visitar a mi papá esta noche. But you are using present continuous because that is something that is happening in the near future. I am visiting my father tonight. Or you can say, I am eating with my mother tomorrow. Okay, I am doing this. Yeah, future things that are super near to you. Let's check these two examples we have here. So Juan Camilo, can you please help me reading those two examples, baby?
Next week, I am quitting my job. On Saturday, he is flying to Australia.
Thank you. So can you see those are things that are happening, that are going to happen. You have a plan, but this is not a plan for a super far future. This is a plan you have for a near future, like Between this week and the other one. That's the near future, entre esta y la otra semana. Okay? Algo cercano. So, next week I am quitting my job. What is the meaning of quitting? What is the meaning of this word? Quitting.
Renunciar.
That's it, renunciar. La próxima semana voy a renunciar a mi trabajo. That's a plan you have. That is something that is going to happen, but that's in the near future. So that's the reason why we use present simple. Or on Sunday he is flying to Australia. It is something that is going to happen. It is a plan, but that plan is in the near future. Okay. So on Sunday he's flying to Australia, or you can say next week.
Teacher,
Tell me.
I have a question.
Tell me.
We use the this when we talk about a past, a future, but so near, right?
Yeah,
But
when it is a
we
future
have
that is
an
near.
specific time, like in 1 week or 1 month.
Usually, yes. Do you remember that at the very beginning I told you that you don't have to use. Let's go back here. One moment. Look at this. Do you have in this be going to? You have plans, like plans you are going to do. Do you have like a specific times here? Like tomorrow, next month, or something like that? No, the only time you have, for example, is next summer, but that is something that is not that close to you. Es como en 2 meses. Can you see? In the case of the use of, oh my gosh, in the case of the use of present continuous, you, first of all, usually, not all the time, but usually, you are going to have a specific times, like next week, tomorrow, tonight, this week, or next weekend, on Sunday. Usualmente tienes un tiempo específico que te va guiando o una hora específica que te va guiando, ¿listo? Para saber que estás usando continuo. Usualmente así lo identificas. Ah, bueno, voy a usar continuo porque estoy hablando de algo que va a suceder en el futuro, pero es un futuro muy cercano a mí. Can you see? So yes, in this case, you are going to have like a specific time, usually. And don't forget, verb to be and ing. I am going to show you once again the image. So look at this, present continuous. So appointments, arrangements, for example, when you are visiting the doctor, you can say, I am visiting the doctor today, 3 p.m. Okay, can you see? Like the hour, the time. Let's take a look to the signal word. So look at this. On Monday, 5 o'clock, this afternoon, tomorrow. So you may have months, not that much months or years, but days, hours, times of the day, okay? So yes, usually when you are using continuous, future with present continuous, you are going to give a specific hours, specific times, okay? Questions up to this point? Any other question? I am going to give you some seconds to take notes. Okay, let's continue. That's the other future. So by now we have future simple, that is will. The other one is be going to, and this one that is present continuous. Let's keep going with the use of future tenses. We also have present simple. So once again, teacher, we use present simple to routines and so on. Why are you using this for future? So we can use present simple to talk about future like this. Don't forget, first of all, the structure. You have to use the infinitive plus s or es if you have third person. So you can say, I run every day, or you can say, she runs every day. Don't forget the structure. So when do you use present simple to talk about future? In these moments. First of all, when you have a future action that is fixed. Something that is a plan, something that is fixed, something that is like an arrangement. So let's take a look to the example with time. So we have timetables, schedules, TV programs. So you can say this. Let's take a look to the examples. So Laura, can you please help me reading these two examples, princess?
Sure, miss. The plane to Paris takes off at 10:30. Vikings starts at 3 p.m.
Thank you. So look at this, look at this. The plane to Paris takes off at 10:30. So this is a schedule. Esto es una programación, es un horario, es algo que ya está arreglado desde hace mucho tiempo y algo que no estás arreglando usualmente tú. So for example, look at this. The plane to Paris takes off at 10:30. Did you plan this? ¿Tú decidiste a qué hora iba a arrancar el avión? No, this is like something that someone else fixed. Can you see? So that's the reason why you are going to use present simple to talk about departures like the plane, the train, the car, like the bus, something like that. Las horas en las que algo sale, en las que algo arranca. Or you can say Vikings, the series starts at 3 p.m. Did you decide the hour for this series? ¿Tú decidiste en qué momento iba a salir la serie al aire o en qué momento, en qué hora del día la ibas a pasar? No. This is something someone else arranged. I mean, something someone else fixed. Okay? So that's when you are going to use present simple to talk about future. When you have future actions that are fixed. Don't forget that. Okay, so please take notes. Or for example, if you're talking about, I don't know, the cinema. The movie begins at 4 o'clock. The movie begins at 4 o'clock. So that is something that is happening in the future, but someone else fixed it. Okay, someone else decided the hour. Usually, babies, in this kind of future, you are going to have keywords like specific hours, before, as soon, when, like as long as. But in general, the keywords that you are going to have are the hours, like the time, specific time, and you are going to identify this because that is something you didn't plan. Es algo que va a pasar en el futuro, pero no lo planeaste tú, lo hizo alguien más. La hora de una cita médica, la hora de un programa de televisión, la hora en la que arranca el avión, el tren, el bus, ¿ok? So go ahead, take some time to take notes and let me know if you have questions up to this point. Don't worry, we will practice. This is just the theory, but we are going to have time to practice next class. Okay, no questions up to this point? Okay, let's continue then. We also have another way of future that is continuous, but we are going to stop here. I am going to explain this later. No lo vamos a usar todavía, okay? So I am just going to ask you to focus in this one. Se me van a enfocar solamente en estos futuros, en estos cuatro futuros. Future simple will be going to, like to be, going to plus infinitive. Future with present continuous. And future with present simple, okay? Those are the ones you are going to focus by now. Then we are going to begin working with the other ones with simple continuous and perfect and so on. But by now you are going to be focused on these ones, okay? I am going to send to your emails this image. Here you have the explanation of the other two, continuous and perfect, just for you to take a look of it. However, I am going to ask you to focus your mind in the first four uses like will, be going to, present continuous, and present simple. This is an activity that you can do if you want to reinforce. This is not mandatory. This is not a homework. This is just an extra material you can use if you want to practice. Okay? So, guys, please let me know if you have questions up to this point about will, be going to, present continuous in future, or present simple in future.
No, miss.
Nope.
Bye.
So I am going to send this to your emails and we are going to keep practicing. We are going to practice with this next class. So have a nice day and I see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye, miss.
Bye everyone.
Bye, teacher.
Bye guys.